हेलो चिल्ड्रन, कैसे हैं आप लोग? नाउ टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट आवर न्यू मॉड्यूल, that is alpha decay, beta decay, gamma decay. In the last module we have seen nuclear forces, where they are attractive or repulsive, we have seen. Now today we are going to see alpha decay. First I am taking alpha decay. What is that? So here we are going to see alpha decay, beta decay and gamma decay. Dear children, in alpha decay we know very well, you have also seen in chemistry, the radioactive nuclei are unstable. The radioactive nuclei are unstable and emits radiation. Radioactive nuclei are unstable and they emit radiation to achieve the states of greater stability. To achieve the states of greater stability, so the emission of any of the alpha decay, beta decay and gamma decay, alpha, beta or gamma decay, these radiation changes the original nucleus. Original nucleus is called parent nucleus. After they emit alpha radiation or beta radiation or gamma radiation, they change into a new nucleus that is called daughter nucleus. That is called daughter nucleus. Original nucleus is parent nucleus. After releasing, convert into daughter nucleus. The daughter nucleus may be radioactive. The daughter nucleus may be radioactive, may be disintegrated again, further to form a new nucleus. Process continues till a stable nucleus, say of lead, atom number 82 is formed. Z is equal to 82 for lead. Here Rutherford and Soddy suggest that the algebraic sum of charges, the algebraic sum of charges, यानी कि atomic numbers before and after disintegration, before and after disintegration is same. Atomic number remains the same. The algebraic sum of charges. Second one, the sum of mass number. The sum of mass number before and after disintegration. Before and after disintegration must also be same. Before and after the disintegration must also be same. Rutherford and Soddy suggest here. Here we are going to see first alpha decay. In that alpha decay, it is a phenomenon of an alpha particle from a radioactive nucleus, emission of alpha particles. that is 92 uranium 238. It is a radioactive element. It emits alpha particle. Alpha particle is twice He4. It is an alpha particle. So 92 uranium 238 convert into 90 thorium 234 here. See this reaction. Emission of an alpha particle here. This is the alpha particle. From this nuclide convert into thorium. When a nucleus emits an alpha particle, mass number decreases by 4. Here you can see 92. Mass number, sorry, here 238 to 234. Mass number decreases by 4. Here. Mass number decreases by 4 and charge number decreases by 2. Here. Minus 2. Mass number decreases by 4 and charge number decreases by 2. You can see here. So in this example we can say the new element has a mass number 234 and charge number 90 is formed. This is thorium. So thus a new element is formed as a result of alpha decay. अल्फा डीके के निकलने के बाद एक नया एलिमेंट बन रहा है, दैट इज 90 थोरियम 234. Alpha decay of 92 uranium 238 occurs spontaneously because the total mass of the decay products here, इसका मास और इसका मास, here it is the decay products. What I am observing, total mass of decay products, that is 90 thorium 234 and 2 helium 4, is less than the mass of original nucleus. So the total mass energy of the decay products is less than the mass energy of the original nuclei. इसकी mass energy से इन दोनों की mass energy कम होती है. So I can say the difference between the initial mass energy, the difference between the initial mass energy and total mass energy of the decay product and the total mass energy here, ये initial energy है. The difference between the initial mass energy and the total mass energy of the decay product, total mass energy of the decay product is called disintegration energy. Is called disintegration energy. That is called Q. So this is the difference of mass energy in both initial mass energy and the total mass energy of the decay products. In general, I can say Z of XA is equal to Z minus 2 XA minus 4 plus twice of helium 4 and plus Q here. This is the equation. This is the general equation here. Q is the energy released in this decay. Q is the energy released in this decay. This can be calculated using the Einstein mass energy equivalence. Einstein mass energy equivalence, that is E is equal to delta M into C square here. That is, I can write ये सॉरी इट इज वाई, कन्वर्ट दूसरा बन गया जेड एक्स ये। तो E इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा ऑफ m, दैट इज मास ऑफ x पेरेंट न्यूक्लियस माइनस मास ऑफ y डॉटर न्यूक्लियस माइनस मास ऑफ हीलियम here into c square. This is the formula to find out the energy. So E comes out to be again this energy released. Q is shared by the daughter nucleus Y and helium nucleus. This is that. Now, how this alpha decay occurs? Explanation of alpha decay. Explanation of alpha decay. The important question in our mind, the basic problem is our mind, that during alpha decay, how an alpha particle which is bound inside the nucleus on account of nuclear forces, जब अल्फा पार्टिकल न्यूक्लियर फोर्सेस से बंधा हुआ रहता है, the potential energy of such an alpha particle has two components. Potential energy of an alpha particle inside the nucleus has two components. Because how an alpha particle which is bound inside the nucleus on account of nuclear forces comes out. Nuclear forces के होने के बावजूद बाहर कैसा आ जाता है? First is one component is due to the attractive nuclear forces. Attractive nuclear forces. One component is attractive nuclear forces which dominates inside the nucleus, making net potential energy negative. Making net potential energy negative. First point ये है. And second, the other component is due to Coulombian. The other component is due to the Coulombian repulsive force. Coulombian repulsive force between the alpha particle and remaining positive charge of the nucleus. Between the alpha particle and remaining positive charge of the nucleus. These are the two important things there. So I can say if I draw a graph in between the potential energy and distance, it is something like this. Here is the distance R naught. See this graph. The nuclear component of the potential energy of an alpha particle sharply drops. Here you can see. It is sharply drops here as its separation from a nucleus increases. ये डिस्टेंस जैसे बढ़ रही है, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी यहाँ पर एकाएक नीचे गिर रही है. It goes down, sharply decreases beyond the radius of the nucleus. So the Coulombian component of potential energy dominates at this stage. जैसे जैसे आपकी डिस्टेंस बढ़ती जाएगी, ये वाला फोर्स लगेगा कोलंबियन. तो व्हाट इज हैपन हियर विद इंक्रीजिंग डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द न्यूक्लियस, द कंपोनेंट आल्सो डिक्रीजेस टू ए नेग्लिजिबल वैल्यू हियर. सो आई कैन से हियर ड्यूरिंग द अल्फा डिके फ्रॉम वेरियस अल्फा एमिटर्स, from the various alpha emitters, the kinetic energy of the alpha particle emitted is in the range of 4 to 9 million electron volt. इतनी एनर्जी होती है. But experiment reveals that the nucleus of alpha emitters behaves as a potential barrier of height of the order of 25 million electron volt. कितना barrier होता है जबकि एनर्जी इतनी सी है. So what I am saying, studies suggest that the nucleus of alpha emitter behaves as a potential barrier that is height of the order of 25 million electron volt. जबकि एनर्जी कितनी आ रही है, इतनी सी. So it is impossible to account for the emission of alpha particle with such a less energy. इतनी एनर्जी हो तो निकल सकता है, जबकि एक्चुअल में हमारे पास इतनी एनर्जी है. Then how the alpha particles comes out? How it crosses a high potential barrier, say of the order of 25 million electron volt. So after some years, in the year 1928, Gamow, a scientist, explained the alpha emission in terms of penetration of the nuclear potential barrier. Penetration of a nuclear potential barrier. इन्होंने समझाया potential barrier. किसने बताया? गामो ने. On the basis of quantum theory. On the basis of quantum theory. The quantum theory suggested by this scientist and gives idea that alpha particle may exist. Alpha particle may exist as an entity with an heavy nucleus. Alpha particle may exist as an entity, within a heavy nucleus. Within a heavy nucleus. पहली बात. Then the alpha particle is in constant motion inside the nucleus with the speed of 10⁻⁷ meter per second. Third, quantum mechanically there is a small but finite probability that the particle may pass through the barrier. The particle may pass through the barrier even if the energy is insufficient to cross the barrier height. Third point ये दिया उन्होंने. How it is? Let us see. Because the size of the nucleus is 10⁻⁻15 meter and speed of the alpha particle is 10⁻⁷ meter per second. So the particle takes about 10⁻⁻22 second. Time बराबर distance upon velocity. That is 10⁻⁻15 divided by 10⁻⁷. That is 10⁻⁻22 second only. So it takes about only this time to move across the nucleus. So alpha particle present itself alpha particle present itself 10⁻22 times in a second against the potential barrier. So the frequency, as the frequency is very large, probability P of its escaping the potential barrier is P into nu. P P is the probability of escaping per collision. As P becomes sufficiently large, so alpha particle may penetrate nuclear potential barrier, or they may come out due to this probability. And this is called tunneling of a nucleus. This is called tunneling of a nucleus. Is that clear? Write down. This is the emission of alpha particle. Now you have seen this alpha decay. Now we are going to see beta decay. Now we are going to learn here beta decay. Beta decay, what is that? The phenomenon of emission of an emission of an electron from a radioactive nucleus, of an electron from an radioactive nucleus. Now, dear children, when 90 thorium-234 emits 91 palladium-234, then see that 90 to 91 plus minus 1 E0. This is the beta particle. Here this is the beta particle. Just listen here. When a parent nucleus A emits a beta particle, this here is a beta particle. Say electron. Mass number 234 remains the same. Mass number remains the same because mass of electron is negligibly low. However, the loss of unit negative charge you can see here is equivalent to gain of unit positive charge. Unit positive charge here. So atomic number is increased by 1. For example, this 90 thorium-234 emits a beta particle. You can see here what we are getting. Daughter nucleus has a mass number 234 minus 0, that is 234, and the charge number increased by 1, 90 to 90 plus 1 here. So here in general I can say Z of XA when converts Z plus 1 YA plus minus 1 E0 plus energy Q. This is the general equation here. Q is the energy released. Q is the energy released in the beta decay. Okay? Write down. So I can say here, if I draw a graph, energy of beta particle and their number. Here you can see. Here is the number of beta particles. And here is the beta particle energy. Beta particle energy. We are getting here something like this. Here. This is the graph. You can see here. What we are getting from this graph? From this graph, what we find out? Most of the beta particle carry small energy. Most of the beta particles, here you can see, most of the beta particles, here is 0, here is x-axis and here is y-axis. So most of the beta particle emitted carry small energies. Here. Only very few beta particles carry a maximum energy. Here is the end point energy. This is few beta particle carry a maximum energy. Most of the beta particles carries a small energy. Is that clear? So this is called end point energy. And third one, the energy spectrum of emitted beta particle is continuous. The spectrum here for a beta particle is continuous. So I can say, indicating that beta particle can carry all possible energies from 0 to q beta maximum. Here it is the maximum value. यहाँ से यहाँ तक. So it has a value ranges from 0 to q beta. Here, that is the maximum value. End point energy जो है यहाँ. Here it is the maximum value. Here. Now, further studies suggest that the energy of a nucleus emitting beta particle, decreases by an amount equal to the end point energy. But most of the beta particle emitted have energies smaller than that of end point energy. So principle of conservation of energy violated here. First, again the principle of conservation of angular momentum is also violated during this process. This is because beta particle or electron has a spin 1/2 h upon 2 pi. So in beta decay, spin of nucleus must change by this factor 1/2 h upon 2 pi. But in actual practice, there is either no change. But in actual practice, there is either no change or an integral change in the spin, or an integral change of spin. No change or integral change of spin of nucleus emitting beta particle. So, how I can explain it? A new hypothesis comes into account, that is neutrino hypothesis. The violation of principle of conservation of energy and conservation of angular momentum were resolved by a scientist named Pauli. Pauli is a scientist. In the year 1931, ये जो बताया गया कि इस प्रोसेस में कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी एंड कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एंगुलर मोमेंटम वायलेट हो रहा है, तो इसको एक्सप्लेन किया पाउली ने. He postulated that beta decay is always accompanied by another particle of zero rest mass. Zero rest mass and zero charge. And zero charge. एक another particle और निकलना साथ में बीटा पार्टिकल के. And this particle was called neutrino. Here is a symbol, neutrino. So thus beta decay of nucleus may be represented by Z of Xa is equal to Z plus 1 Ya plus minus 1 E0 plus Q and plus nu here. So this is the complete equation here. During beta decay. So neutrino hypothesis suggests that a low energy beta particle here, sorry, this is low energy beta particle is accompanied by a high energy neutrino. It is a high energy neutrino. High energy neutrino. So that the total energy Q, so that the total energy Q of a beta particle and neutrino is constant, and that is always equal to the end point energy. That is always equal to the end point energy. Okay? Yes. Thus the law of conservation of energy holds good in beta decay. Further, neutrino has a spin. Neutrino has a spin 1 by 2 h upon 2 pi. This is the spin of neutrino. Further, neutrino has a spin 1 by 2 h upon 2 pi. If both the beta particle and neutrino spin in opposite direction, spin in opposite direction, say like this. Here it is the nucleus. Both are in opposite direction. And similarly, both are in the same direction. Abhi to both are in opposite direction. Here is the nucleus. Both are in the same direction. See both the figure A and B. See both figure. In the first figure, both are in opposite direction. In the second figure, both are in the same direction. So I can say that if both the beta particle and neutrino spin in opposite direction, the spin or angular momentum of daughter nucleus will be equal to the spin or angular momentum of parent nucleus. Both are same. Here in this case, when both the beta particle and neutrino in the same direction, here is a neutrino or lambda. Neutrino both are in the same direction, there will be an integral change in spin or angular momentum. Both are in same direction y. So, spin or angular momentum of the daughter nucleus is an integral change. So, the law of conservation of angular momentum is also not violated in beta decay in this manner. Okay? So, this is the explanation of beta decay. Now, during beta minus decay, so I can say here for beta minus decay, for beta minus decay, और एक होता है बीटा प्लस डीके. What is that? In the beta minus decay, when neutron converts into proton and into P plus E minus plus antineutrino. See this. When a neutron transforms into a proton within the nucleus according to this equation, so we can say this is called beta minus decay. When proton converts into neutron, here a proton transforms into a neutron within the nucleus according to this equation. This is called beta plus decay. This is called beta plus decay. Okay? Write down. So as a mass of a neutron is greater than the combined mass of proton and electron. Mass of a neutron is greater than the combined mass of proton and neutrons. Therefore, the Q value of beta minus decay, Q value of beta minus decay is positive. The Q value of beta minus decay is positive. The beta minus decay, the Q value of beta minus decay is positive. Beta minus decay, yes, is positive. The beta minus decay process is energetically allowed. On the other hand, the Q value of beta plus decay is negative. The Q value of beta plus decay is negative. So process of beta plus decay is not energetically allowed. This process is not energetically allowed. This is allowed. It does not take place in nature. Is that clear? So today we saw alpha decay and beta decay. In our next module, we will see gamma decay. Bye.